respect the Republican leader, and I respect his sincerity in representing his side. I respect his sincerity in wanting to find a resolution here, but I need to correct him on one really critical thing. He talked about an agreement that was there and then went away. You know what happened, Mr. Leader? 2 murders. 2 murders of American citizens. My side was not going to stand down and say, oh, well, nothing happened. We were going to say something happened. And what we see is an out-of-control ICE and agency, and we are coming now at this critical time, because this critical moment happened, to ask for some reforms and accountability. That is exactly what happened. And Mr. President, we are here today to say we are willing to work on that section of Department of Homeland Security, which we obviously have a disagreement, and by the way, which I know none of my Republican colleagues have ever come out here and acknowledged what has happened to American citizens, and I can sit out here for 45 minutes and outline them. None of them has acknowledged that. So you can see our frustration in saying, let's fund the rest of Homeland. Our caucus is united on that. TSA, FEMA, CISA, and so much more. But we obviously have a disagreement and clearly an acknowledgement from the White House and the Republicans that reforms and accountability have to be part of funding for ICE. I would remind everyone, as Senator Peters said a few moments ago, there is considerable funds in the big, beautiful bill to continue to take care of what ICE is. I think it's so incredibly important, Mr. President, that the Republican leader, who I respect, and I understand he represents his side, but I would respectfully telling him that having a few members talk is not going to resolve a situation where we need an understanding and a clear understanding from the White House. He mentioned the offers that have been gone back and forth. There are continual conversations at that level. And I respect that, and I hope that our leaders continue to do that. That's critical. But we have to have that understanding. And that is where we are. This lies with the White House to make it very clear that someone is willing to negotiate with this, that understands what has happened in cities across our country, and in particular in Minneapolis, where 2 people were murdered. If we can hear those words, then I think we're on the way to coming to an understanding. But in the meantime, let's fund these agencies. That is what we are asking the Republicans to do with us today. And it is